More than 18 months ago, the old Hewlett-Packard broke itself up into HP Inc., the printer and personal computer business, and HP Enterprise. HP Inc. was supposed to be a sleepy, slow-growth stock with big yield. But in the past year, this thing has caught fire. The stock is up more than 60% from its lows in 2016, from June. And just last week, HP Inc. reported a quarter that totally changed the narrative here, even if it didn't send the stock soaring into the stratosphere. Remember, PCs and printers are supposed to be in a long-term secular decline. They're widely seen as commodity products without much life in them. But then a week ago, HP Inc. delivered a nice top and bottom line beat, healthy full-year guidance, and when you look under the hood, some of the numbers were downright incredible. The company's PC business grew at a 10% clip, and even printing was up 2%. Who said the stuff's in decline? According to HP Inc., it's doing just fine. I have to admit I didn't see all this coming, but now that it's happened, I think we need to give this company a lot more credit for thriving in a pair of tough end markets. So let's take a closer look with Dion Weisler, who's the president and CEO of HP Inc., find out more about how his company and how the heck he did it. Mr. Weisler, welcome back to Mad Money. Good to see you, Dion. Have a seat.
Thanks, Jim.
Well, first, congratulations. I've seen it good and bad. Now, let me ask you. You either have a business that is in secular decline and you're the greatest management ever, or it's not in secular decline, you just did really good. Which is it?
I tell you, I couldn't be more proud of this team. I think they just did a phenomenal job. We set out to really reinvent this company 18 months ago. We said that we kind of had the heart and the energy of a startup, but the brains and muscle of a Fortune 100. We laid out a strategy. We executed that strategy. We said we needed to kind of earn our credit every single quarter, deliver those results, and that we would stabilise print, that we could return this business to growth, and that when you think about our strategy in the long term, you know, this is a company that delivers strong free cash flow today, but a real opportunity for long-term growth for the future.
10% PCs? How?
Well, I think it's all about innovation. You know, I've said to you, I think, in the past, you can't cut your way to glory.
Right, you told us that the first day we met.
Innovate your way to success. Yeah. And I think that's exactly what the team did. Look, we did the hard work. We went out and we took costs out of this business. You've got to look at the market, you've got to be realistic. Get those costs under control. Then you start to think about, how can we innovate? How can we think through the lens of a customer and deliver sleek, beautiful designs, sprinkles of magic, deliver on a security promise across both printing and personal systems, and we've all seen the last couple of weeks how important that is. And, you know, do that in a cost envelope that really adds value to customers. We do that, it works.
Well, one of the things you did, and you didn't just talk the innovation, you did it. I think that, you know, I'm crazy about the Sprocket. Just describe to people how cool this device is.
Well, this is a really cool device, and it's a really interesting story how it came about. We run some interns, 14, 15-year-old interns from a high school in San Jose, and we bring them into Palo Alto, and they do incredible work. And then we bring them into this Shark Tank-like boardroom, and they present to me and the rest of the management team. And at the end, I do a little bit of customer insight. I said to you, who of you guys print? 3 of these guys didn't put up their hand. I said, why don't you guys print? And they said, well, we don't need to print. I said, well, hang on a second. What about putting a photo on your wall? And with perfect innocence, this kid said to me, what? Stick my phone on the wall? And it was kind of at that point that we said, we've got to make print relevant. Emergency meeting, everybody. How are we going to do that? And that's when the idea of the Sprocket came up. We said, if we can entice an entirely new generation to print, to unlock those photos that are trapped in your phone and bring them out, this is one we took earlier here, and bring them out and then put some sticky stuff on the back here, you can put it up against the wall. These things are on fire.
Well, I know, when I went to Amazon, there were only 2 left. I mean, this must be constant, you're refreshing, right? I mean, it's going to be the hot gift, I think, for this year for people of the selfie generation.
Yeah, and we think it's just the birth of a new category. So you can expect to see more of you know, from us in this space. It's about reducing that glide slope of decline that we'd seen in home-based printing. And I think it's this kind of innovation that really is required and expected of market leaders.
When I saw you first, you said one day 3D printing, we're going to make money. You're now saying 3D printing is going to make money, right?
Well, you kind of broke the news on that show. I remember our time together here in New York about 3 years ago. And we said, you know, we weren't going to get into the home-based 3D printing market, but we were going to disrupt traditional manufacturing, and that's exactly what we've done. Our products are shipping now. They started shipping in December. We've got an incredible lineup of products and a terrific roadmap. We're doing, I think one of my favourite parts, Jim, is this part here. This part doesn't look very exciting, but it's actually a part from inside the 3D printer. 50% of the custom parts, plastic parts inside the printer, are printed by the printer. the printer's printing itself. So it's kind of...
robots making robots.
There you go. And so I think, you know, in the future, we're going to democratise manufacturing in a way that really hasn't changed since the assembly line more than 100 years ago.
And you're going to stick by that idea that you'll have centres where industrial companies can go to? Is that the plan?
Yeah, we certainly have centres all around the world, right? And it's going to require a new way of designing. So designing for additive manufacturing is an entirely new competence set. But we see ways that we can really transform the way traditional manufacturing is done without warehouses and without tied up cost of capital.
Yeah, but you also have these kinds of innovations, right? We can do this for Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Well, this, booyah, this is all about digital printing. Right. And the benefit of digital printing is you can customize. Right. In the old world of analog printing, it would be impossible because it wouldn't be cost prohibitive to do a silk screen to be able to print that out. But with digital, you can print one gym, you can create a Mad Money, you can do whatever you like. Now, that allows marketers around the world to communicate with their customers in very different ways, very intimate ways.
Last question. Some of the parts keep going up. Micron, 52-week high today. Do you have to be concerned that the DRAM prices keep going higher, flash memory, or do you think that will peak sometime in the next year?
I think it begins actually to stabilise, and it'll begin to take a downward cycle, but I think that's probably still another 12 to 18 months out. Okay. These are long cycles as they go through putting capacity back on.
One personal question, and maybe our cameraman Keith can get closer. Is it time for me to get a new HP?
It's time for you to get a new HP.
You think so? I mean, I love this thing.
But look at it. It's still running.
Oh, it runs.
It's
incredible.
It's
fantastic. I just felt like, you want to
we got a lot of choice.
Whatnot.
We got a lot of choice here. We got the thinnest laptop in the world and most secure laptops.
There you go. Dion, congratulations. You did everything you said and they predicted and more so. That's Dion Weisler, the president and CEO of HP Inc., an inexpensive stock still, and they really delivered. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.